Hi, my name is Joanie Eisinger. Welcome to my channel. Please go to jonieswhitelighthealing.com if you'd like to find out more about me and if you'd like to schedule a reading or healing with me. I used to be a clinical social worker in New York City, and I didn't believe in any of this. I became gifted with abilities around 2003, 4, 5, and my life changed 180 degrees. There are no timestamps on this video. It is February 27, 2020, so Spirit knows who will be watching and when. If you watch it past this date and it resonates, fantastic. If it doesn't, I suggest putting it on the shelf for another day. You might have an aha moment at another time. And if it doesn't resonate, you could trash it, no problem. You could turn this off at any time because free will is your birthright. I bring in the highest of Christ-light consciousness. I bring in ascended masters, archangels, angels, departed ones and guides, star beings, elementals, and consciousnesses. I can be found on YouTube here. Please like, share, and comment below. I'd love to hear what you think of my videos. And please type in the comments requests for future videos. I take them into consideration very strongly. And if you haven't subscribed, please press the bell all icon and you'll receive notifications of every time that I put out a video. You could find me on Twitter, although I'm not really participating much there anymore, LinkedIn, and SoundCloud. On Facebook, you can find me there. Please like my Joanie's White Light Healing Facebook page, and also the UK-US Psychic Tag Team radio show that I do with my dear friend Caroline can also be found there as a fan page, and like that as well. If you follow that on Blog Talk Radio, you'll receive notifications every time we put out a monthly radio show. Also, if you'd like to friend me, please message me, as I don't friend strangers. You'd find me under Joanie Eisinger. So with all that being said, I decided to make this video not so long, but just getting to the point. I'm calling it Beating the Game, and that we're pretty much at the end of our video game here, folks. I've been calling it a movie, but I thought for this time that I would use the metaphor of video game. There are many spiritualists that are sharing the concept that this Earth School reality is in fact an AI simulation, and that we agreed to come down into human bodies to assist with waking folks up to the fact that they were in a matrix or an AI simulation or video game. So just a few suggestions regarding beating the game in terms of waking up and realizing that you are in a simulation for soul growth opportunity. Waking up, realizing that you are part of the oneness. When things seem uncomfortable for you and you're not getting answers where you feel that you could be finding answers, consider that there are alternative ways to find information. They can be found elsewhere than where you normally go, and also they can be found within. When you're in a video game and you're stuck and you're sleuthing and you're trying to get out of a maze, don't you also consider looking outside of the box and going and scavenging around, sleuthing and finding ways to escape, to counter move, to question, to answer questions? So that, just like in a video game, you would be doing that in real life. So there's the paradox, simulation, real life. Imagine that you are a soul in a video game. And then take a look around you and see whether things are making sense. If they're not, it might be that there are holograms and there are props and that there are fake trap doors and things like that that are around. And what do you do in a video game? You put your cursor over them, don't you? And you take a look to see what they do. Does the door spin around, that bookcase? And does it lead somewhere? Things like that. It's important for you to question your surroundings because everything is a wealth of opportunity for you to awaken. That's what this video game is about. Also, there are going to be people that come on your path, like in a video game, and they have messages for you. So the regular run-of-the-mill message, that's not what video games are about. It's always the challenger. You're being challenged. So when you meet someone, when you encounter a being on your path that is offering you a quizzical bit of information, cryptic, twisted, confounded, questionable, that means that they're there to offer you information. That's where you look. That's just like what you would do with that trap door, or you go around the room to try and get out. Those I don't even remember what they're called, those mystery rooms, you know, where people pay money and with their friends they go in and they have all these keys to try and get out, all these different codes and steps and clues. That's what you're in right now. So we've got the things that are around you that look different or strange, that you are to not, obviously not to risk your life, but to go towards and wonder and explore and do research about what message it has for you. But also there are going to be people that are going to come on your path. It's like the person that comes with the fez and they come to you and they say something cryptic. Because they might appear strange or say something that doesn't quite make sense to you, that's not to be disregarded. In a video game, that's exactly the type of soul that you are to raise your eyebrows and go, what do they have to tell me? Okay, so that's another way to beat the game. Now, what happens usually with video games? There are types where you do it alone and you do it with a group. Now, in a group, usually you're playing against one another. Sometimes you might be 2 on 2 or something like that. But I suggest in this video game that you work alone so as not to confuse you regarding what other people's takes are. Then after you've come to certain conclusions, you might ask another person how they're doing and how they beat the game or got to the next level. But it's important for you to do your research when you're in that video game level yourself. Many people get grouped out, hive-minded, and they start getting lazy, or they allow another person to do their thinking, their work for them. So I suggest that you take control of the joystick and that you operate the controls of your video game so you can beat the game yourself. Sure, checking in and getting information with others that are in that level and are beating that game or beat that level of the game, that's fantastic. Hey, what do you make of that? How'd you get out? And then the final thing I would say is if there are people that you know that appear free, peaceful, liberated, laughing during these them-thar times that are very dizzying and very challenging, you might want to ask them how they beat the game, because there are many of us that have beaten the game. And with that, I wish you well in all of your travels through this simulator, and that I believe that everyone has equal opportunity to break out. Good luck. See y'all.